Hello, Hollywood Impact, and welcome to another edition of Streamer Skip.
Absolutely.
We don't get to do many of these, but this is quite the big show. I'm joined here by Sam.
Hello. Returning for first time in a long time.
Yes, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I have shaved since then. I think that was a big ordeal in the last. I think it was a big controversy, so I've cleaned it up a little bit.
Hey, that's good. I have, this is long hair to me, so I need to shave my head, but...
Speaking of cleaned it up, this show does not clean it up at all.
This show...
Good segue.
This show gets filthy on writing, pacing. It's terrible. I just want to preface, we're going to do a very short, spoiler-free section.
What show are we doing?
Oh, yeah, duh.
We got to know that.
The Last of Us Season 2.
Oof.
If you didn't know, it just wrapped up on Memorial Day weekend, and boy, the finale was probably my least favorite episode, but...
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Just, in general, we can't talk about much of this without spoiling it, because if you play the game... You've probably had it spoiled to you if you haven't.
I was going to say, I feel like most people that know the story of Last of Us have played the games and kind of already know what's going on. For me, that's how it was. Like, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see how they did it.
Yeah, so. I was actually excited for Season 2 because I was hoping they would change some stuff.
Right.
And, yeah, they don't, surprisingly. The stuff they do change is actually worse.
I would say there's some stuff that I felt was changed that, like character development, I don't know.
It's not good.
It's tough for me to not spoil stuff. I will say character development was something I was a little disappointed in.
It's pretty poor.
I thought it was okay. Like by itself in a vacuum, it's okay. And I've talked to people about this. I can't help but compare it to the game.
Yeah.
So I came in with expectations. I can't help it. Yeah. By itself, if it's just a show that comes up, it's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
With the game that goes with it, there's a lot of expectations and a lot of things. Yeah. But go ahead.
If you were born under a rock and you didn't know, The Last of Us Part 2, the game, is, I would say, the most divisive game of all time.
Oh my gosh.
In 2020, when this sucker came out, you were on one side or the other. There was no in between.
Do you feel like it coming out in 2020 adds to that, though? I feel like everything in 2020 was like you either hate it or you love it.
Because it came out in the summer, so COVID's been around, and people were looking for something good.
Right.
And they had so much expectations for this.
Right.
And boy, it did not fall well. And so...
See, I liked it. I liked the second game. I didn't know where you landed. I feel like this might end the podcast right here. Might end the episode. If it cuts off here, we disagreed. But I liked it.
Yeah, I think people are too mad over a decision they made. And there's still a great game there. Yeah. And there's still...
It's a little monotonous, I'll give you that. It's a little long and it's a little monotonous at times. Yeah. But it's tough to say it's a bad game.
Yeah, everything else is so high quality. Right. So knowing that going to the show, when I heard this was going to be split into 2 seasons, I thought they were going to do many different things. And they surprisingly did not. And so, yeah, this show I think just in general, comparing to the first season,
right?
Their character development is worse. The pacing is really odd in this season.
It is.
Especially since they cut, I think there's 9 episodes in season 1.
Yes.
There's only 2. There's only 7.
There might as well be 2. Yeah, there's like 2
Some people cut out after 2.
Yes. There are like 2 I would recommend highly.
Yeah.
But regardless.
And the visuals are still there. The visuals are great. Some of the best you'll ever see. It's HBO money.
I was going to say the visual aspect and the sounds and the quality. I'm no expert, but just from some person watching from the audience perspective, it's top notch.
It's good.
Yes.
Do you wanna just give a score right off the bat, or you wanna do it after spoilers?
Oh, score. You go first, so I can piggyback off yours.
Okay.
You're the vet here. I'm still.
Okay.
This is only my 3rd episode. So.
I think season 1 is like an 8 or 9 out of 10.
I'd say so.
Great job of adapting a beloved game, adapting a not so beloved game, but arguably it's still a good game.
Yeah.
I think this is seriously like a 5 out of 10.
Ooh.
I think they ruined. I think it hurts.
Ruined.
Not ruined. They ruined one person.
Sure.
And the fact that they ruined that person really bothers me.
I'm interested to see if we agree on who they ruined. Okay. I think we do.
Yeah.
But
that's my score.
5 out of 10.
I think it's a 5. I think it's average television.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get into the whole concept of the video streamer skip.
Yeah.
I would give it in the high 6s, maybe a low 7 if I watch it again. That's the thing. This is only the first time I've only watched through once.
Yeah, same here.
I think if I give it a rewatch, give it a couple months, maybe to a year, come back and watch it again, watch it with my wife or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I give it a higher score. So I will go with a 6.8.
Okay.
Not a 6.9. Not nice. But I will stick with 6.8.
Okay. And I think that's fair. And I just, for stream or skip purposes, I think it's really...
I'd say stream. It's worth your time. I'll give you that.
It's still a great, especially if you don't... I've only heard one guy review it that's not played the games, but he still knew about the games. So it's hard to find someone that knows nothing about this.
It is tough.
And get their thoughts.
Yeah.
Because coming from the game,
right,
it's just really hard for me to like it.
Absolutely. No, I 100% agree. I even feel that way about, I know this is a little off topic, but season 1. I love season 1. It was really good. I still like the game better.
Yeah.
I even like the cinematic aspect of the game more than the show.
Yeah. So I think I agree with you there too. I mean, the first game's a 10 out of 10.
Right.
So
tough to go from there.
All right. Spoiler section is starting. Guys, if you don't know anything about part 2 somehow, we're going to spoil it, okay?
Change it now
or forever hold your peace.
Yeah. Here's your warning. Awkward silence. Okay, let's go. Enough time. Figure it out.
Pedro Pascal dies in episode 2.
Yeah.
Now,
I get it.
I get it as well.
I get it.
I get it more for the game.
Right.
I got to say that because of some of the changes they make for this season. If you've played the game, you know that... See, I'll wait until I get to that because it's like, do I spoil the second half of the game, which is going to be season 3?
We're in spoiler section. Go ahead.
So
we're in spoiler country. Let's explore the space.
Joel dies, and that's the catalyst for this entire story. It's revenge for Ellie and why we should care about Abby. Now in the game, Abby's in it for about 4 seconds before Joel dies.
Right.
And so you lost a lot of people in the game right there.
Right.
I get past it. It's almost like everyone knew Joel would die.
Right.
It's early. I think in the game, this is one of the things they could have done it way different.
Yeah.
And I thought when they said they were going to split into 2 seasons, I thought they were going to go day 1 Ellie, day 1 Abby,
yes,
and add. I thought they were going to add more scenes for Joel before he dies, so they could make more money with Pedro.
That would be an excellent way to end the season.
Yeah. To have his death, and you'd have more seasons in the future.
Yeah. If
you made an entire season with still Joel alive.
Yeah.
And I thought they would do that with the shortened season and split the game into more.
Yeah. If you're already splitting the game.
Yeah.
You might as well. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I want Pedro Pascal in my show more. I don't know, but.
And it's like the best acting he's ever done.
When he's in the show, it's better.
It's way better.
I don't know how to tell you. I don't know how to explain it. When you have Joel in the story, when you have Pedro Pascal, it is a better show.
I think it makes Bella better.
Yeah.
Bella has...
She plays off him well.
She has way more chemistry with Pedro Pascal than she does with Isabella. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
I'm with you.
Dina.
Yeah.
And that really shows here, I think.
Yeah.
I think what they've done... I think they've almost basically ruined Ellie in this season.
Ellie is insufferable.
It
has nothing to do with Bella Paulson.
No.
She's a great actor. I think it's just the way that she is a snot-nosed, sniveling little brat.
Yes.
Who Joel just died. And we're bouncing around. I'm sorry, Christian.
Yeah,
but
this goes... It's just,
this is going to go all over the place.
Yeah.
Joel dies. Ellie has to go to therapy with... oh my gosh, what's her name?
Kevin Malone. That's from The Office.
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
First of all, you tell me Catherine O'Hara's in this, I'm in.
Yeah.
Because she's in episode 1. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Catherine O'Hara's in this? Because I didn't come into it with many spoilers at all.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't even know she was in this. This is awesome.
Same way.
I am a Schitt's Creek fan. Love it.
Yeah.
I'm so in. And Joel dies. She goes to Catherine O'Hara. Sorry, I keep forgetting her name. She's a new character, not from the game.
Yeah.
So she goes to her and is just like making jokes, and not like sarcastic Ellie would in the game, like mean spirited, like just
a brat,
hardy har. Like, I didn't get it from there. I was like, is this where they're going with Ellie? And they do. They do. And I was like, oh, okay.
And it's jarring
choice.
Like as Part 2, people don't like it because it's just a sad story, and it's like, what's the point? Why make Abby such a focal point? But Ellie still, Ashley Johnson does such a good job of voicing Ellie and bringing it to life. You believe that she is a ruthless killer.
When Joel did die, since that's such a focal point right now, when Joel did die and she's being pinned to the ground and yelling, I'm not Eric, I'm not going to cuss on this. I'll effing kill you. Yeah. I'll effing kill you. You felt it in the game. And you're like, yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to kill her too. Yeah. And in the movie or in the show, it felt like I'm going to kill you because I have to say that. Yeah. I don't know. It was very weird. I was jarring. Like, I think jarring's a good word for it. Yeah. I'm not buying in. No. I'm not buying into Ellie in the show at all. Yeah. And it's so much different than the game, and I almost can't stand it. Yeah, it's very different. So let's get a little further into what happens, because obviously Joel dying in episode 2, I believe, right? Yeah. Yep. Which for me is probably the best episode, because I believe in that episode you also have the Battle of Jackson. Yes, the Battle of Jackson, which is not incredible. In the game. I like that. Yeah. It felt very Game of Thrones-ish. Yes, it did. Like, eerily Game of Thrones-ish. That was and I know battle. You're HBO, but like, come on. That was the battle on the wall, guys. That was, with the gas and the explosions, I was like, this is the battle on the wall. Okay. Shot for shot. And the bloater is anyway. So we get to there, and that's all episode 2. Yes. And then the rest of the episodes, I'll be honest, they kind of blend together for me. Yes. I don't know about you. Especially episode 6 is where they get to the flashback. But 3, 4, and 5 is all the same. It's Ellie. You could skip those. Ellie she's very sad at the beginning of episode 3. Mm-hmm. After she talks to the therapist, she goes back to Joel's house and she's grabbing his jacket and she starts crying. Right. But then after that, once she sets off with Dina, it's happy-go-lucky. We're making jokes. I'm going to be a dad. Yeah. It's just... That's not... You can't convince me. Also, there's a 3-month time jump. Right. Not necessary at all. No. That totally... And if there's stuff you want to change, you can change that. Yeah. You don't have to wait 3 months. Yeah. Like, why does Tommy not go out first? That's such a huge part of the game. It's his brother. His brother... And he's like, I kind of cares. He's like, I kind of want to go get her. Yeah. Tommy's a psycho in the game, and rightfully so. Yes, it's his brother. Tracking the bodies that he kills. Yes. And that's literally how they get from point to point in the game. Yes. But in the show, it's just by chance. Yeah. Oh, there's a big satellite with WLF. Let's go check that out. Right. It felt very kind of almost random. One thing I didn't like was a town hall meeting, and Ellie's pitching her case. And she has her notes written down and everything. And she's giving her case as if she's like, it's just the right thing to do. I'm like, so I watched a whole season of you and Joel bonding and surviving an infected apocalypse, fighting off all these raiders, fighting off WLF, watching him die by what Tiger Woods' wife wanted to do. And you're telling me, it's just the right thing to do. It's not for revenge. Yeah, it's just the right thing to do. Bullcrap. I don't care if it's 3 months later. I'm still like seething, and I'm going to find Abby. Yes. Just like in the game. Yes, and just like in the game. There's no thought process. Nope. Ellie just does it, and Tommy just does it. Yeah. Because you want to talk about the human nature of it, and you want to hit the human nature aspect in the show. That's human nature. Yeah, for me. It's your family. That's what I relate more to. Yeah. And I didn't relate. It didn't hit with me as much. No. I think... Some good things. I think I like Jesse more. I like Jesse more in the show. I like Dina more in the show. I really did. I thought Dina, I saw this comment and I agreed with it a lot. Dina has more of a reason to care about Joel's death and go in the show than in the game. In the game, it's just like, oh, I like this chick because I kissed her at a dance. Seth, redeemable. Yeah. By the way, speaking of the kiss, I was like, you know what? I appreciate that he apologized. And I was kind of mad at Ellie for not accepting. He tried so many times. Yeah. He apologized when he was asked to, and then he helped him at the wall. Yeah. Gave him sandwiches, and she's still like, I'll shake your hand. It's like, bro, relax. Yeah. He said a not nice word to you when he was drunk at a dance. Who hasn't? Yeah. You know? And I did not see that coming from HBO. Making Seth redeemable. But right. Hey, again, we're bouncing around. Christian probably hates us right now. So 3, 4, and 5, it's just their journey to Seattle, basically.
Yeah.
And they get to Seattle, I believe. Is that correct?
They hit Seattle at the end. They might not hit it till 4. But again, I can't even remember because that's how they blend.
It's blendy.
Nothing
and it's
sticks
forgettable.
out except for the bad things.
The Seraphites.
Oh my goodness.
Is that right?
Yes.
Seraphites
or Scars, either one.
Scars. I like Scars better. It's easier
it's
to
cooler name.
Scars, we just kind of whatever. They're culty, whatever.
Why are they here now?
Right.
In the game, it's a mystery when Ellie runs into them. You hear people whistling and she gets shot in the leg, not Dina.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I'm scared. Yep. I don't know how these people are killing me. Right. But in the show, they add some scenes introducing the Scars and like kind of explaining who they are.
Yep.
But why? That's not the story of the first half of the game.
Yeah.
That totally undermines the mystery of them in the first half, and you're supposed to get more of them later.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we don't get a Lev, do we?
No, and Lev's not
in the show.
No, not yet.
At least,
but we don't either. I don't.
Maybe they.
I don't. I still don't think they had Lev at the end of Ellie's half.
Right.
I think you don't know about Lev until after you've played as Abby.
It is a while, isn't it?
But
maybe I'm just finding things at this point.
I love the guy who plays Isaac.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually the voice actor for Isaac in the game.
Yes, he is. I learned that, too. There's a lot of people from the game in, I believe, Marlene, that totally not has nothing to do with Season 2. But Marlene is a character that comes back. There's some voice. Joel is in Season 2 and makes a cameo in Jackson, I believe. But... yeah, so a lot of cool. That's the thing. Like, this show is cool.
Yeah, there's stuff
good
there.
Stuff. It just that 3, 4, and 5. Oh, brother!
Isaac's not in the first half of the game either.
Yeah,
they give him stuff to do here, and this is what I want to talk about from a guy named Sean Chandler. This is one of Christian's favorite reviewers.
Okay.
He's the guy that I watched that knew about the game, didn't play it, but he knew about the story, and he said, he goes, talking about, bringing in characters from the second half of the game now, but for essentially no reason.
Right.
He says, there are explosions and things happening, characters saying how people are going to die, and I have no clue why. Whenever he's talking with the lady in the finale.
Right.
But it all seems much more interesting with these well-rounded characters rather than simple bratish Ellie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to. I don't know where you go from there because that's perfect. From where we're talking now, if we're going in order of the timeline, season 6, episode 6, the flashbacks, and
it's a decent episode.
Here's my thing: it gets high ratings and it's really well done.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm correct, I'm checking my notes here. Sorry, episode 6 is directed by the guy who made the game.
Yes, Neil Druckmann did direct it.
Okay. You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell it's the guy that made the game because it looks like Last of Us.
Yep.
I'm not saying he should have directed the whole season. Probably should have had a little more to... I don't know how much he had to do with the other episodes. I don't know that much. I ain't doing that much research.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He did such a good job. Why would you not want to have him do more in it? But again, I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of flashback episodes.
No, and
it didn't. It explained a lot. It did a lot.
Kills the pacing.
But if that's after the events of season 1, am I right there?
Yeah.
Put it in season 2.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Why not? Frustrating.
Yeah.
Just put that as your first few episodes. Lead up to Abby, and then there's your cliffhanger right there. But anyway, go ahead.
And in the game, they still did that different in the game. In the game, those flashbacks are after each day.
Right.
And it's supposed to be like a look inside Ellie's mind. Like how she's becoming worse of a person by doing this. But the flashbacks are getting better and better as her love for Joel. And so having them all at once just kills the pacing. There's not really much reason other than to have Pedro Pascal back for an entire episode. And that's it. Yeah. There was rumors. I can't remember who said this. There's rumors that Neil Druckmann and Craig Mason, the showrunner, didn't get along this season.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
With how this goes, I mean, there's some creative differences.
Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of things that I just don't understand about this.
Yeah.
Including mostly the characters. The story, you can change some little things here and there. We don't get... there's just a lot of stuff we don't get from the game in the story or in the show, which is fine. But the characters, it feels like a different show. Yes. I don't know if you feel that same way, but it feels like a different show.
I absolutely feel that way because in the game, I hated Abby. Right. I want to kill her. Now in the show, Caitlin Devers is a phenomenal actress. Mm-hmm. Her one scene for the cliffhanger makes me way more excited to watch season 3.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the game, her half of the game has all the cool stuff.
Right.
It's way more interesting than Ellie being pissed.
Yes.
Even though Ellie's still awesome in the game, like to play as, Abby's side of the story is way more interesting, and that's why they're adding in these scenes from Isaac and the scars.
Right.
But it just kills the pacing of the first season, or of this season. And I really don't know why, because they're already going to lose all their viewers. Not all of them. They've lost a lot from season 1. Yeah. They're going to lose more by making you wait 2 years to watch Abby, who some people aren't going to care about. I do, because I know where the game goes.
That's the thing.
I'm excited.
That's the thing. You have to know where it goes. And
to buy in.
I'm excited for that. Like, I'm excited for her story. Maybe we get a Lev, all that. I don't know. I'm worried where they go. Because if this is how we did season 2, what are they going to do with season 3?
Yeah, because Abby's section of the game is what people hate, just because you have to play as Abby, who killed Joel.
Yeah.
But so are they going to make the changes for Abby's side? Right. I think that would actually hurt the show even more.
Yeah.
I think they really need to stick with beat for beat what Abby does.
I think so.
And I think it'll make for a pretty good show.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
So let's wrap it up. Episode 7. They pick back up. Go ahead and take over from here.
Flashback starts when Dina gets shot by the scars.
Right.
Jesse's reunited with Ellie and Dina. Mm-hmm. So the finale is this is another thing they added. Ellie tells Dina what Joel did.
Right.
And Dina's like, we need to go home.
Yeah.
Like, she is now like, wow, I don't.
What are we doing here?
I don't like what Joel did.
What's the point? Yeah.
And so for a second, you're like, okay, Ellie also now wants to go home.
Right.
But then she goes out with Jesse to find Tommy and gets mad that Jesse lets a kid go. And it's like, no, you're outnumbered. You protect your people. Yeah. You don't care about these people in Seattle.
It's very dramatic, but it's like, I don't agree.
Yeah.
Like, the delivery is great. Like I said, Bella Paulson, no problem with the acting. The acting in this, the visuals, the graphics, all there. It's all great. The story's just not up to par. No. I think that's the kind of what's the word I'm looking for? That's kind of the just thing you notice. Yeah. The story does not hit.
It doesn't. You don't believe why Ellie and Dina are going out.
No.
But so Jesse, they have this moment with Jesse and Ellie where they're fighting. Like, oh, why do you care about community? You're so self-righteous. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And he wants to go get Tommy because you can hear him shooting a sniper. And Ellie sees the whale and the Ferris wheel and it's like, oh, that's what I heard from Nora. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go find Abby.
That scene, by the way, where she kills Nora, I do like that. That's a good one. It's a great one in the game.
Yeah, it's really good.
The visual of the red light.
Yeah, and the spores. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, go ahead.
And so Ellie separates, and this is just the pinnacle of why did you do this? When she's in the ocean on the boat, she makes a field trip for literally 2 minutes to Scar Island. They capture her, drag her. They're about to gut her.
Right.
And the horns go off because of what's going to come in season 3, the really cool stuff.
Right.
But we don't get to see it yet, and I don't know why they spoil it. But
so many weird directions. And
they're like, oh, let's leave her. We got to go to the village. Let's leave her. And this was literally like 2 minutes long. And she's back in the water, back to the aquarium.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Right. It hopped around. It felt
rushed. Badly rushed.
I see that word a lot, and I hate to agree because, that word gets used a lot in finales, but yeah.
This one was bad.
So how do we wrap this up?
It's
not a lot of positivity, I'll be honest, and I hate that because I like the show. But.
They end on the cliffhanger just like in the game, but the game, you keep playing.
Yeah.
There's not a Last of Us Part 3
you have to wait 2 years.
Where you have to wait to play as Abby.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they thought that was a good idea after the division from the game.
Yeah.
But that's where we are.
Well, let's wrap it up like this. I give it a stream. A lot of negativity, but I think it's just because of the expectations from the game.
Yeah.
In a vacuum, the show's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's worth a watch. Give it a chance. Maybe you like it better. I don't know. Zach, where are you at?
I'm just in the middle. I'm really partial to the game. The game's not perfect. There's a lot of things you could change about the game to make it better, but I just think that there was still a story there that you can make into a show that's compelling and that I want to watch. But there's almost like, what's my drive to watch this? Mm-hmm. I'm not convinced by Ellie's convictions.
Right.
Joel's gone. I don't know. So now I just want to watch season 3 because Abby's story is way cooler.
It's almost like a hate watch at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's all we got for you on The Last of Us Season 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know in the comments what you thought about this season. If you disagree with us, if you agree with us, if you really hate the game and didn't even watch Season 2, let us know. But thanks for your time. Thanks, Sam, for joining us. Pleasure to have you. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Deuces.